Hi, my name is Moritz from Black Forest Motion, and in this video we're going to talk about power supply. You can power the Pine controllers with a power supply or a power bank. The easiest way is to use a wall adapter power supply with 12 to 24 volts, and it should supply at least 2 amps. The DC connector should be a 5.5 by 2.1 DC connector with the center positive. When you want to use a power bank, there are several things to consider. The best option is to use a power bank with a DC connector. These power banks connect with the normal DC cable to the Pine controller. Again, you have to be careful to use the right connector. It's 5.5 by 2.1 millimeters. These power banks supply the Pine controller with 12 to 24 volts. If you want to use your own power bank, but it has no DC out, you can use it if it supports Quick Charge 3. When connecting a normal adapter cable from USB to DC, this will not work because the power banks on the USB side only supply 5 volts. But the Pine controller will need at least 12 volts to operate. If your power bank supports the Quick Charge 3 standard, then you can use our QCP stick. This QCP stick can supply 12 volt to the Pine controller. On the controller side, it connects with the DC input. When connecting the QCP stick, please make sure that the green LED is constant on before you connect the Pine controller. So now I showed you 3 ways to supply your Pine controllers with power. First one was a wall connector power supply. The second one was a power bank with a DC cable. And the third one was a power bank with our QCP stick supplying 12 volts via the Quick Charge 3 standard. Now with our Pine 2 controller, we have one more possibility to supply power to the controller, and this is USBC PD power delivery. You can use either wall mount power supplies or power banks with the USBC PD standard and connect them to the USB-C port of the Pine 2 controller. You can use either wall adapter power supplies or power banks with USB-C PD. Both of them should have at least 45 watts. When using the power supplies with the Pine controller, there are several things to consider. First of all, there are power banks with an automatic shut-off. This automatic shut-off prevents the power bank from damage. Now there are some situations where the Pine controller is drawing not enough power from the power bank, so that the power bank automatic shut-off will kill the power to the system. This can happen either if there are no motors connected or the wrong motor profiles are selected. When using the Pine controller without motors, for example when you are doing the firmware upgrade, it is recommended to use a wall adapter power supply. When your motors are connected and the automatic shut-off is still happening, take a look at your motor profiles. Make sure that they are set correctly. If so, you can also have a look at the energy save option. If all motors have 100% energy save and there is a long pause between the shots, it can happen that the power bank will kill the power. You can prevent this when you are reducing the energy option at least for one motor. If you have any problems with the USB-C PD power supplies, then it's because they are not providing enough power. Make sure that both of them, the wall adapter power supply or the power bank, have at least 45 watts. If not, it can happen that the controller reboots constantly.